April 1st begins the second quarter of the year, which means the year is now 25% complete. You've had 90 days to drive results, to set a strong pace, and to rack up some big wins. So how'd you do? Are you crushing it, or are you getting crushed? If you had ambitions of making $250,000 this year, then you should have $62,500 in the bag right now. If you set a goal of paying off $20,000 in high-interest debt, then you should have knocked off $5,000 by today. And if you said you're going to lose 40 pounds, you should be wearing baggy pants and get lots of compliments and be 10 pounds lighter right about now. So are you on track for any of your goals? Have you surpassed your expectations? Are you even close? Hi there, this is Gary Ryan Blair, and regardless of your year-to-date performance, you and I both know that you're capable of more, and I mean so much more. And that's why I put together the second quarter checklist. The 7 things that you need to do to drive exponential results, to play at the top of your game, and to deliver a record-setting performance in the second quarter. So let's get after it. Now, I always know when the second quarter is approaching because that's when we kick off the 100-day challenge, and my inbox gets inundated with the same question. What should we be doing differently in order to crush our second quarter goals? And my reply is always the same. The things you need to do to crush your second quarter goals and to make this the best year of your life are the exact same things you should have been doing since the beginning of the year. The big difference now is that you have less time to hit your sales quota, to close any performance gaps, to redeem yourself, and to finish what you started some time ago. And if for whatever reason you find yourself currently below target, with your back up against the wall and you absolutely positively need to step up your performance, then follow my lead, as crushing your second quarter goals is an opportunity that you simply cannot afford to let slip by. So you must recognize a few things about the importance of seizing this opportunity to redeem yourself by crushing your second quarter goals, especially if you got off to a slow start. You must realize that the second quarter will have very little value to you from a productivity standpoint if you do not deliberately pounce on it, with the intent to set a fast pace, to secure some quick and critical wins, and to close any performance gaps. In a very real sense, this is a use it or lose it, now or never proposition. You must also recognize that your loss is someone else's gain, as someone with more courage, conviction, and confidence in you will find a way to step up their game, to hit their target goals, and make the kind of progress you only wish for. So what follows your game plan, your 7-point checklist, 7 rock-solid strategies for winning big in the second quarter? Strategy number 1 is to assess your performance. So I long ago discovered a critical business discipline that has allowed me and my clients to continually grow, improve, and prosper month after month, quarter after quarter, and year after year. In fact, it's been so effective in driving my own personal productivity that it's enabled me to increase my income and hit my performance goals for 39 consecutive quarters, and that's over 9 years. So what is it? It's called an after-action review, and it's all about measuring and reflecting upon your year-to-date performance. It's about reviewing what you did right as well as wrong, and it's about determining the corrective actions that you need to make right now. See, to crush your second quarter goals, you need to perform an after-action review by analyzing your year-to-date performance. I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you need to leverage every ounce of knowledge for all it's worth. It consists of a few simple but very critical steps, so let me give you all 5. Number 1, you must identify your 3 biggest wins for the first quarter. Step 2, analyze what you did right so that you can use that information as a springboard for even bigger wins. You want to find out what you can amplify. Step 3, identify your 3 biggest disappointments and how you fell short. Number 4, analyze what you did wrong so you can create history rather than repeat past sins. And 5, use all the information that you obtained to set bigger and bolder goals for the second quarter. You see, the purpose of the after-action review is to put yourself in the best possible position for success in the second quarter. And just like they do in Vegas, make sure the deck is stacked in your favor. And that leads us to strategy number 2, which is to get serious. You see, the second quarter is about to begin, and with it, a finite period of time breathing down your neck, which means you have no choice but to get serious, to set crystal clear goals, to raise the bar, to step up your game, and to embrace a take-no-prisoners attitude. See, one thing about successful people is at some point in their life and career, each one has looked in the mirror and decided once and for all that they were done playing games. They were done settling for table scraps, and they were done living far below their potential. And the moment you decide to get serious, to raise your standards and commit to crushing your second quarter goals, is the moment everything changes in your life to include the direction and the trajectory of your life. Why is that? Because commitment always precedes action, which means you will make rapid advances towards your goals only after you decide to get serious about doing everything in your power to make this your best year ever. And that takes us to strategy number 3, which is refuse to die. See, comebacks, redemption, and second acts are ubiquitous in our culture today. I'm talking about the salesperson or entrepreneur who turns a poor performing first quarter into one of redemption and prosperity. I'm talking about the celebrity or athlete who falls from grace and who somehow finds a way to bounce back bigger and better than ever before. Those with the character to do what it takes to crush their second quarter goals tend not to allow the indignity of a poor year-to-date performance to keep them down. Every great accomplishment and comeback in history has been the result of the life choices, the determinations, and the creations of the human will. A comeback acknowledges that her back is against the wall. She accepts the sins of past performance. She analyzes both opportunities and obstacles. She strengthens her resolve, and she crawls to her feet again. When you're down or below target, even after just one quarter, other people will write you off. But do not let them define you. Maintain your dignity, commit to the goal of attacking your second quarter goals, and refuse to die. Strategy number 4 is to start saying no. Consisting of 2 letters and 1 syllable, the word no is the most powerful word in your vocabulary as well as a complete sentence. It's the easiest word for setting any kind of limit, for holding firm to boundaries, and for being crystal clear about what you will or will not do during the second quarter. So you'll be infinitely more productive once you recognize these 3 things. Number 1, no is not a dirty word, it's not a negative word, nor is it a selfish word. Learning to say no is liberating as it frees up your time to focus on your key priorities. Number 2, you're in complete control of how you spend your time and your life. And saying no allows you more time and energy to pursue your most ambitious goals. And number 3, saying no actually increases the value of the things that you can say yes to. You see, saying no is the most strategic decision you can make right now for the simple reason that it simplifies your life. It focuses your attention and it accelerates your overall effectiveness, guaranteeing a record-setting second quarter. Strategy number 5 is to do things differently or to do different things. See, a strong second quarter is dependent upon extraordinary execution skills. And the better you execute, the better you perform, and the stronger you finish. It's as simple as that. Expecting to get better results from the same old behavior will only succeed in perpetuating more pain and digging a deeper hole for yourself. It will not get you to a superior level of performance. Therefore, crushing your second quarter goals necessitates new and better execution skills. In short, things need to change. And when faced with a need to change, you really only have 2 options. You can either do things differently or you can do different things. This is a subtle but important distinction. And if you have any chance of closing your execution gaps and making this your best year ever, you must ask yourself, do I need to do things differently or should I focus on doing different things? Getting that answer right and getting it quickly will be the key to a successful and abundant and record-setting second quarter. And that's exactly what you want, isn't it? Strategy number 6 is to speed things up. The old rules no longer apply. It's not the big who eats the small anymore. It's the fast who eat the slow. Speed is a massive and sustainable competitive advantage that you must utilize with great authority. Speed is a demonstration of commitment, of competency, and of clarity of purpose. And speeding things up is the key to rapid, ongoing, and transformational results in the second quarter. You will achieve true greatness and crush your second quarter goals only after you develop a sense of urgency about what you're doing. And I'm talking about a sense of urgency to the extent that driving superior performance and achieving your second quarter goals is a matter of life or death. And perhaps the most compelling reason of all for taking massive action each day and for using speed as a dominating competitive advantage is that time is finite. None of us are getting any younger, and the sooner you realize the value of speed, the more serious you will take your goals and the greater urgency you will build into your daily actions. Now, before we move on to the final strategy, allow me to drive this point home with the conviction it deserves. You must take massive daily action to turn the pursuit of speed into your primary weapon for crushing your second quarter goals. So strategy number 7 is to be relentless. Your success in crushing your second quarter goals and making this your best year ever will forever be linked to your heart, to your will, and to your steadfast commitment to your goals. Winning big in the second quarter necessitates that you fight on with undying, relentless determination. And by choosing to be relentless, you are demonstrating no abatement of severity, intensity, strength, nor pace. Nor are you softening or yielding in determination. Being relentless means that you have the type of spirit that's incapable of being overcome, subdued, or vanquished in any way, shape, or form. In short, it means that you are unconquerable. And if you passionately believe that you're up to the challenges and committed to making the most of the second quarter, then understand this. It is your right and it is your responsibility to cultivate an unbeatable mind, and it would force your will over any resistance force. The rewards for those who are unyielding in their pursuit of a strong and prosperous second quarter will far exceed the pain that must precede the victory. So are you ready to fast track your second quarter goals? Well, I'm going to take the liberty of being blunt right now. The second quarter has arrived, and you've had 90 days, which is more than enough time to set a pace, to build momentum, and to deliver results. And if you're underperforming right now and not making the type of progress that you know you're capable of, you must wake up and smell the reality. And that is, your existing beliefs and execution strategies are not firing on all cylinders. And the only way to fix that problem is to adjust your psychology and to upgrade your execution skills. Look, there's no point in pretending that thinking better, working smarter, and upgrading your execution skills is anything less than the savviest move that you can make right now. And while there are plenty of excuses, there's not one good reason for you to procrastinate, to say that you're not ready to take on this type of performance challenge, or that the timing is just not right. Got news for you. The timing is perfect. It's never been better. To date, more than 675,000 people and organizations from more than 80 countries around the world have used the strategies that they learned in the 100-Day Challenge to deliver jaw-dropping results. And I accept full responsibility for inspiring people to do insane things like climb Mount Everest, to run their first triathlon, to turn their annual income into their monthly income, and to say adios to their comfort zone forever. And I'm confident I can do the same for you. As to who should participate in this extreme performance acceleration program, well, that's an easy one. The 100-Day Challenge is appropriate for everyone in the boardroom, the classroom, the locker room, and the living room. And like any world-class competition, it contains the elements necessary for creating a performance explosion. And that includes rules, coaching, accountability, a scoreboard, a finish line, fans, competition, and most of all, fun. Now, I'm going to close this one with a quote from Mark Twain, who said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things that you did do. So throw off the bow line, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. The second quarter has arrived, and that is more than enough reason for you to throw off the bow lines, to sail away from safe harbor, and to sign up for the 100-Day Challenge right now at 100daychallenge.com and make it the very next thing you do.